going to be a recap. We actually already had this conversation, but it didn't save. The replays were not on despite us clicking it on. And so, just me being who I am, I really had a problem with that. And so I really wanted that conversation. It was such a great conversation. I wanted it to be heard by others. And so this is us just kind of doing it again. A-List was available for us again today. And we're going to talk all things sacred gardening, how being in your garden can elevate your mind, steps to creating that garden, how you could put it in a personal way, how a personal approach for you. So when we speak about gardening and sowing seeds, we're also talking about manifesting things, sowing seeds, as far as what we want in our life. I'm going to sow a seed to get this job. I'm going to sow a seed to go to school, or whatever you may want, and watering those wants and dreams and wishes, and really stepping for yourself and really stepping in the light of you. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to give a few people some time to come in and talk to us. And so I was just letting everyone know this is just like kind of like a recap. You were available, which we are so grateful for, to talk all things sacred gardening again. And I was just explaining to them how I felt really sad that the replays were not on. And I thought it was just such a valuable conversation. And I'm just blessed to have you here to have that conversation again, to have the replays on this time for all people it can resonate with. So we're going to be talking how being in your garden can elevate your mind and steps to creating a sacred garden with, of course, our speaker, A-List London. I'm just going to ask you guys to ping in all your friends, your family, anyone you think this can resonate with. Please follow the moderator and the speaker. Follow myself. I'm the creator of this energy exchange of crystals, meditation, and energy healing group, where I was just kind of looking for sacred conversations, high vibrational conversations, where we can get people who are experts on these things and really teach us as if we're beginners, so we can learn what are the basics to just elevating ourselves in self-development. And so if you guys love this room, please hold down your picture and love it. The more you do that, the more Clubhouse algorithm will put into things that you like. So the pages that you like, that'll show up more on your timeline. If you like and love rooms like this will show up more on your timeline. So hold it down, love this picture, love this room, and we would greatly appreciate that. So we just want to give a brief discussion of gemstones of the week. So I went in depth last Sunday about this, and it's just great information. Like, if you're a beginner of crystals, you don't want to miss our gemstone of the week, because I'm going to break down this information to you. I'm going to tell you what is it used for, how you could use it in your home. And so today we're going to be talking about selenite. So I chose selenite because Miss A-List here, she uses selenite in most of her videos. If you follow her on Instagram, she is incorporating this stone with her message to us, and I just really found that very inspirational. I'm familiar with the stone, and I just love the way that she's incorporating it. And so I chose selenite. So before I get into it, I just want to see if A-List London had anything to say about it or wanted to tune in with you guys.
Yes. Excuse me. Grand Rising, everyone. My name is A. You can call me A-List. And I'm so grateful to be here again and doing this session again. It was amazing the first time. It sucks that we didn't get to record it, but we're here back with it. Selenite is definitely my favorite stone, my most used stone. Very cleansing, very healing. and uplifting. Like I just feel like an angel each time that I cleanse myself, that I use it, that I set intentions with it. Having it just all around my home and like cleansing my energy. So it's very, very important. Uh, but yeah, I just want to say hello. I'm Avis, and I'm looking forward to speaking more and telling you my intake on the sacred garden.
Thank you, sis. Thank you for that. And we can't wait for your intake. I'm just so happy that you were able to do this. So much gratitude. So, again, today the gemstone is selenite. So, selenite is a popular crystal when it comes to clearing your space, your home, your energy. Selenite rids of negative energy, but it also enhances the energy to give you more clarity. And so when we talk about like clearing your space, we're talking about your environment, not only within your home, but within your mind, within your spirit. So a negative environment can cause so much problems. So it can cause stress, it can cause like, problems, mental issues, it can cause behavior problems. If you're really, really stressed out, you can be dealing with like night terrors, where you're having bad dreams. And yeah, that's a total different story. But night terrors, that can just the cause of stress and depression. It gives you a lack of communication. So this is all your environment. A bad environment could really affect our mental. Like it really can affect our mind, and it's important for us to cleanse that energy. And we talk a lot about aura cleansing and things like that, and that is what selenite does. It cleanses the space. It's one of the strongest stones out there. It's one of the few stones that can cleanse other stones. So how we put things in the moonlight or the sun to charge, this stone can do that without those things. So the positive thing about healing your environment is once you take that step to healing your environment, your mindset grows. You become healthier as far as just a mood enhancement. Your just healthy growth in general. Your brain starts to develop a lot better because it's in a positive environment, in a positive setting. You're able to build caring and responsive relationships with others. So you're not watching your back all the time. You have a sense of trust with others, empathy for others. You're able to give affection to others, just because your environment is a healthy, healing environment. And that's what selenite does for you, And I love personally selenite because it is ideal for meditation and spiritual work. So anybody who is trying to just cleanse their mind and using it in a meditative state will see a real good benefits from selenite. That's why we chose this stone, because our friend A here, she's using it in that way. She's using it for her spiritual work. She's giving us that information and that love from her garden, but she's cleansing her spirit and her mind to be able to project that information to us. And it's known to activate all your higher chakras. So as it shifts any stagnant energy, it clears any of the higher chakras of any blockages. And we'll be talking about chakras in a later conversation, probably a little bit next Sunday. Well, this coming up Sunday, we're gonna be talking about aura cleansing and Reiki and the power of Reiki. But it basically cleanses those higher chakras. And let's see. So when it comes to using selenite, so again, I said we can use it in that meditation state or that spiritual work, But you can also just sit it around your house. So if you're a beginner with this, that's perfectly okay. If you're like, I want to start, but I don't know if I'm ready yet to start meditating with it, or I really don't know what spiritual work is, well, sit it around your house. It still has the same benefits. It still clears that negative energy. So if you put it in your office space, it'll clear any negative energies, frustrations, any fatigue, or even boredom that has to do with your work. When you're sitting at your desk and you're bored or you're easily distracted, it'll help clear your mind of that. If you're looking for more calming energies, you can place it in your room, put it on a dresser, maybe under your pillow, under your bed, or anywhere in your room or bathroom or anywhere that could help give it the calming energies that you're looking for. So obviously if your bathroom, maybe it's more of a spa-like feel. So that is what selenite is. Selenite is really a very strong stone, but it's also somewhat of a beginner a beginner stone, excuse me. So it helps keep you grounded, which we're going to be talking about the sacred gardening, but just kind of a recap of grounding. We know that grounding is associated with our root chakra and just really healing our childhood traumas and building a foundation. So that's the importance of selenite to me, is really helping you ground yourself, really understanding your strength and really stepping for yourself, because you have a clear mind and you know what's next for you. You know what you want to do in life. So yeah, that is selenite, you guys. So A-List, do you want to add anything to that?
You nailed it all the way down with it as per usual. You're the crystal guru. um, what I did want to talk about was um going deeper into the gardening. So the earth is a negative charge and we're a positive charge. And when we're grounding and connecting to the earth, we're basically charging our aura, our energy. And me saying that earth is a negative charge, there you have to have a positive and negative to create like a energetic, I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean, like to charge something. And so that's what's happening when we start grounding. And what I love about having a garden is having that sacred ground to cleanse my energy, to ground myself, to focus, to be honest, be truthful, be bare, um, with not just my energy, but with the earth energy, because it is very healing. And with that, it automatically starts to create, uh, I guess, like a multi-dimensional spiritual experience within you. I noticed that since I had my garden, I've been able to focus more on my spiritual health and my physical health. Also receiving downloads and having higher vibrational ways of thinking. Um, and with gardening, I noticed that it's just like how we live our lives. So um, I believe you were talking about like the chakras, and our first chakra is our root chakra. And when you think about the earth and a garden, everything has a root, it has a foundation. And when that foundation is not stable, if it's not conducive to what you're trying to cultivate, it then starts to die out, become lifeless, a bit useless. And that's how we have to look at our lives too. So it's like when we take care of the garden, we're taking care of ourselves, our grounding, our foundation. And then we start to go deeper into like our minds and our habits and our environments. Who are we speaking to? What are we feeding ourselves? What are we looking at? How are we speaking? How are we coming out into the world? How are we exchanging energy? And so with the garden, I have been able to develop that connection with nature, and it's something that I just can't explain. You can only really experience. And I believe I advocate for having a garden. I've had my garden for 2 years now. This month actually makes 2 years since I started in August 2020. And I know that was like during the pandemic and everything, but I believe that was the perfect time to plant my seed for what's now. Like now, my garden has expanded. I just have all these great ideas. My energetic fields have just risen. And honestly, it all started from houseplants. I started having houseplants, and then I was like, you know what? I want to plant some flowers in the ground. And then from then, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this vision. And then it became my meditation space. And now it's just this whole sanctuary of just love and the creatures that come in. It's just so beautiful. And I advocate for it so much because at the end of the day, our earth is our home. And we all may have 9 to 5s or kids and things like that, but I think it's very important to come back to your center of self and your own home within your body, and then even with the garden. So that was my take on having the sacred garden. Did you want to add anything, sis?
Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, like you really hit it on the nail though. Like it really is bringing us back to our root, like really having an understanding of ourself, starting from like a seed, like the beginning, and the beginning starts from childhood. It starts from really dealing with all those past traumas, really grounding yourself. So me, I really want to go into the grounding part. I talked about it already, but I really want to cone in on it because earthing, like grounding, when you hear grounding, it's just like in your mind, you're like, no, I really need to get on top of things and ground myself. But when you hear it in the form of earthing, it puts it in your mind like, I have to do something. So it's something physical I have to do to get the benefits, because it is. So when you hear like, I need to ground myself, stop thinking of it as a thought, like I need to ground myself. Think of it as an action. I'm going to be grounding myself. So when you hear of earthing, earthing is connecting people to its earth's natural healing energy. This energy promotes a greater well-being. Earth's natural electric charges stabilizes our body, and those charges are called electrical matrix. So we always talk about people like we're dropping off the matrix and things. Well, yeah, it really goes deep. It really goes back to that root, those seeds, right? So that electrical matrix. So you really want to tune into these frequencies of the earth, because these electrical matrix frequencies, it helps heal your body naturally. So it reduces inflammation, it reduces pain, it reduces stress, but it also improves sleep. It helps give you maximize energy. It naturally helps with depression and anxiety. So when you think about earthing, and remember, this is something that you have to do, not something that you're thinking of, it's an action. So there's two forms of this action. It's indoors, conducting it on a mat, which most yogis do. They're doing yoga daily. Their feet is planted in the ground for at least 10 to 20 minutes. And so that is one form, or the form that I like, which I am doing constantly, is the natural form, free and barefoot, outdoors, either on grass, soil, gravel, stone, or sand. And you're barefoot, and the chakras on the bottom of your feet is planted into the earth, and your chakras will start to heal all the way through your body. So we talk about the 7 chakras because those are the main centers of our body, but we actually have over 100 chakras in our body, and a few of them being under our feet. So it helps root us, it helps balances us, it gives us that grounding naturally. And this is things that are scientifically proven. You could go find this information out from the CDC, from any, you can Google this, do whatever you have to do to get that information. I recommend everybody fact checking, but please go get that information, because this is scientifically proven. If you on stand foot planted in the earth for at least 30 minutes a day, you will start feeling those benefits, not if not instantly, within a month. So a 30 days to naturally heal yourself, to deplete depression, anxiety, to get rid of any depression, anxiety. And I don't really want to go too deep into mental health, but that is a big problem. We like to put our feelings to the back burner. We tell ourselves it's okay, be strong, but sometimes it's hard to be strong. And so these are ways that we can help ourselves. So we know that we get benefits from the sun, the solar. So those benefits we know is what they help support your sleep. They're uplifting your mood. You get natural vitamin D. So that's the biggest one for me, because vitamin D and most foods are fortified vitamin D. So if you're getting eating to get your vitamin D, you're getting very minimum vitamin D. So most of your vitamin D comes from your skin and what it has absorbed from the sun. So if you're not in the sun daily, you won't have that much vitamin D unless you're eating like liver. I think tuna, swordfish, and stuff like that gives you vitamin D, but we're plant based in our house. So if you're plant based, you usually have a deficiency in vitamin D. And so how I do it is I go take my kids out for 15 minutes increments into the sun, and like maybe between 10 to 12 we go out in the sun in 15-minute increments and go get that natural vitamin D. I have them go eat out there. I have them try to take the sun as much as they can until they're like, Mom, we're ready to go in the house, because I know that because they lack that, they will lack eating meat, they're going to have a deficiency. So that's what we're getting from the top, from the solar. But from the earth's benefits, we're going to be maximizing most of those benefits. So we're reducing fatigue, we're tired, we're drowsy. It's going to reduce that. We're reducing chronic pain and inflammation. So just if you're having a toothache and you go stand in the sun, it will naturally start to help your tooth. You won't feel as much pain any longer. It enhances your mood and it supports your heart health. So not only are you grounding for your root chakra, but you're really stepping up your health and your well-being, and you're really putting your best foot forward for yourself. And so to me, that's what makes it so sacred, because not only am I growing these beautiful flowers and vegetables in my garden, but I'm able to get health benefits from that. And I, kind of like, I started with an indoor garden. Um, this season, so I'm just now rebuilding my garden, and I've just kind of been playing into buying all these indoor plants, and I'm like trying to build it. And I have a very small space, in my home. I don't have that much space. I've dedicated it most to like my children. And so it just got too much, but it's still my sacred area. So now I have a small indoor space with my house plants, and then I have my outdoor garden that I'm building up for fall right now. And they both bring me a different type of joy. They both bring me a different type of love and grounding. And because it's also associated with my heart chakra, the green. So it really does help you full circle 360, your mind, body, and soul. So like when we're saying these sacred gardening, we're really speaking on you build that garden where you see fit. So if you feel like I don't have a space outdoors, if you say I only have this windowsill, make it what you want to make it. Put a few plants there, maybe put a crystal there. If you feel like your sacred garden is only 2 plants, that's okay. That's sacred to you. That's your sacred garden, your sacred altar. So make it work for you. We're all different. No one is the same, so make it work. So that is what I have to say about sacred gardening, you guys. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, if you like this room, please tune in this coming up Sunday. We're going to be talking about the power of Reiki. We're going to be having a group Reiki session at the end of that, where C Elevation, she's going to be helping us and really healing us and teaching us the power of Reiki, which we're going to go into what is energy healing. What is aura healing? Like we talk about cleansing the energy, but what do we mean when we say that? And so if you want to know, tune in this Sunday. So that's what I have to say about it. Do you want to say some last remarks? And if you guys have any questions, maybe raise your hand and we can answer them. But this is here for you guys to tune back into. We got the recap on now, so we all good.
This was amazing. I love it. We touched on some like our key points. I'm just grateful for everyone who came and stayed and shared. This was amazing, and I look forward to more of these discussions moving forward. And I'm sending you all lots of love and light and healing, and to have a beautiful day.
Thank you. Thank you. And I feel the same way. I'm sending everybody peace, love, and light. Have a beautiful Friday. Make it what you want to make it. Sow those seeds, water those seeds, and manifest whatever your heart desires, you guys. So thank you. Be well, and we will see you guys on Sunday.
Bye.